Okay. Good morning and welcome to the midweek edition of Inside Nigeria, reaching on Leadership Television. My name is Winifred Igwebo. Today is February 12, 2025. Countdown 2 days more to Valentine's Day. Welcome on today's program. We are looking at what the papers have on their cover as their cover stories, and starting with Nigeria's most influential newspaper, Leadership. Leadership's leading story says experts fought reintegration of repentant terrorists, seek their prosecution, compensation for victims. Bono government denying us access to rescued girls, Chibok leaders. We'll take that leading story today on Leadership newspaper once again. It says experts fought reintegration of repentant terrorists, seek their prosecution, compensation for victims. Bono government denying us access to rescued girls coming from Chibok leaders. We have called leaders during the closing of the NYSC 2024 Batsi Stream 2 orientation course at Kubwa Permanent Orientation Camp in Abuja yesterday. Still on Leadership newspaper, FCTA to profile migrants amid security concerns. Kacha varsity takes off September. CBN introduces 100 naira, 500 naira charges on ATM withdrawals, and that story is also taking the cover of one of the papers we have on our menu this Wednesday. CBN introduces 100 naira, 500 naira charges on ATM withdrawals. YPOS are taking 100 naira for 5,000 withdrawals. CBN has also introduced same. PDP dismisses Wabara's suspension. PDP dismisses Wabara's suspension. That story is also on another cover of the paper we have on our menu. We move towards the masthead on the business boards. We have First Hold Company. First Bank of Nigeria Holdings rebrands as First Hold Company PLC. That takes us to the stories above the masthead. 169,000 benefit from federal government student loan. And El-Rufai says there are plans to arrest me. The story is on page 7 of Leadership, of course. As in Nigeria, you are mindful of the controversies that have been trailing the political gladiators in Nigeria since a week now or 2 weeks ago. From the cover of Leadership, we move to the page 3, where we have our stand. Our stand is the editorial stand of the paper for the day, and today's stand is on House B 2056, Matters Are Rising. House B 2056, Matters Are Rising. Is on that. From that stand, we go over to the Wednesday column on the back page with Olufunke Baruwa, and today Olufunke Baruwa is playing, congratulations, felicitations to the former governor of Ekiti State, Dr. John Kayode Fayemi. And she says 60 years of impact. He celebrated his birthday recently. And happy 60th birthday, Dr. John Kayode Fayemi. May your legacy continue to shine bright, and may your years ahead be as impactful as the ones behind you. Quote from that 60 years of impact, Dr. John Kayode Fayemi, CON. Wednesday column with Olufunke Baruwa. Just before we leave the back page, we'll go to Ghana Must Go. Ghana Must Go news says Trump offers white South Africans immigration status. And guess what Ghana Must Go replied to that? Try it with Nigerians. Of course, Nigerians and abroad, they don't carry last. With that, we conclude the review of Leadership newspaper this Wednesday. For more, log on to the website of Leadership, www.leadership.ng. From Leadership, we move over to the next paper on our menu, and that is Vanguard. Vanguard says CBN hikes ATM charges to 100 naira per 20,000 naira withdrawal. Says no more zero charge for withdrawal from other banks' ATMs. ASSBIFI order support increase, cite rising cost of cash ATMs. BCAN advises bank customers to adjust to increase. Federal government has another university in Kaduna. APC Okpebolo in disarray, unable to defend September 21 electoral haste. Coming from PDP, APC Okpebolo in disarray, unable to defend September 21 electoral haste. PDP. Pope Francis forced Trump's mass deportation plan. Second leading story on Vanguard, PDP crisis, NWC voice Abia chapter suspension of Wabara. Wabara suspension and insult can stand, but they judge. Why we suspended Wabara, Abia PDP. NIN now prerequisite for accessing social services, SGF. Presidency not will take its turn after Tinubu's 8 years, says Ganduje, APC National Chair. Presidency not will take its turn after Tinubu's 8 years, says Ganduje, APC National Chair. And in sports, World Cup qualifiers, NFF raises alarm over Chelsea's move to invite Musa. From that, we move to the stories above the masthead of Vanguard. Customs suspends implementation of 4% FOB charge. And El-Rufai says, I won't go on exile despite plans to arrest me. Corruption index, Nigeria ranks 140 out of 180 countries. Transparency International, at least there are still 40 countries that Nigeria is higher than. Nigeria ranks 140 out of 180 countries. Reps ask federal government to halt impending hike in telecoms tariffs. That concludes review of front headline stories on Vanguard. For more, log on to www.vanguardngr.com. Next on our menu is the punchy story. Today, Wednesday, telco's tariff hike, reps demand reversal as new pricing begins. Lawmakers demand improvement in telecom services. MTN orders raise data tariff. INEC strategizes to tackle vote buying during Anambra governorship poll. We have the governor, the INEC chair in handshake with security chiefs. Government planning my arrest, torture like Emefiele, says El-Rufai. Kano anti-graft agency arrests governor's aide, orders for 105 million naira fraud. Senate grieves IG over 178,459 missing guns, alleged contract splitting. The story runs on page 44 of the Punch newspaper. Senate grieves IG over 178,459 missing guns, alleged contract splitting. And beside the masthead of the Punch, we have PDP crisis. Wike allies sack BOT chair, Sean Ikimi panel. The story is on page 2 of the Punch, and just beneath the masthead of the Punch, we have First Bank of Nigeria, which stands for FBN Holdings PLC, rebrands as First Hold CO. The story is on page 10 of the Punch newspaper. That also concludes review of front headline stories on the Punch. For more, log on to www.punchng.com. From that, we move over to Daily Sun. Daily Sun says UK plans mass deportation. Prime Minister vows tougher measures against illegal immigrants. 19,000 deported since July 2024. Nigerians' orders on edge. UK plans mass deportation just like Trump administration is doing presently. Senate grieves police over 3,907 missing assault rifles, while the Punch says 178,459. CBN scraps free ATM withdrawals, introduces new charges on interbank transactions. 2024 security forces kill over 8,000 terrorists, bandits, 11,600 arrested. Senate said to receive 2025 budget report for final consideration. Subscribers lament as MTN implements tariff hike, reps direct minister to halt increase until services improve. With that, we conclude review of front headline stories on Daily Sun. For more, log on to www.thesun.ng. From the Sun, we move over to the next paper and the last paper on our menu, and that is The Guardian. The Guardian is on the same increase in ATM withdrawal fees. It says CBN bets on breaking POS monopoly, improving banks' cash operations. ATM withdrawal fee. CBN bets on breaking POS monopoly, improving banks' cash operations. You withdraw 20,000 naira, you pay 100 naira charges. However, from another ATM, that is a ATM that is not from your bank, you pay 100 naira charges for every 20,000 naira withdrawal. While with POS, you have withdraw 20,000 naira, you pay 400 naira charges. You compare, you see that ATM is still favorable to that. 2027, El-Rufai warns of APC implosion as Ganduje Bwala orders differ. Valentine's Day, NACA urges Nigerians to shun risky behavior. Federal government mandates use of NIN for social services interventions. New tariff regime begins as telcos implement 50% hike on calls data. 300 die in tanker fire in 4 months, says federal government. Amotekun raises alarm over influx of strangers in Ondo forest reserves, border communities. Amotekun raises alarm over influx of strangers in Ondo forest reserves, border communities. Above the masthead of the Guardian, NWC kicks as Abia PDP suspends Wabara for endorsing OT's re-election. 67% of Nigerian primary secondary schools aid exams malpractices is on news page 30 of the Guardian newspaper. 67% of Nigerian primary secondary schools aid exams malpractices. Police face Senate scrutiny over 3,907 missing assault rifles. The story is on page 2 of the Guardian. It's also on that note we conclude review of front headline stories on the Guardian newspaper this Wednesday. Don't forget to log on to the website for continuation of these headline stories, www.theguardian.ng. Well, as we come to the end of today's Inside Nigeria, brought to you on Leadership Television. My name is Repentant, but don't forget to join us on this station for news on the hour. Till I come your way again, same time, same station, tomorrow for another fresh edition of Inside Nigeria. Thanks for joining us.
Get ready for the Leadership Awards and Conference 2024. Join us as we celebrate excellence across various fields, honoring those who've made remarkable impacts. Award categories include Person of the Year, Quinquennial Award for Governance and Infrastructure, Governors of the Year, Business Person of the Year, and many more. Stay updated by following us on social media and visiting our website, leadership.ng. For sponsorship and inquiries, contact us today. Leadership Award and Conference 2024, celebrating excellence, inspiring the future.
For watching, for sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.